Story time with Becky. Many moons ago, I was sitting in a doctor's office with one of my kids. Actually, one of our 5 kids had some medical issues that required unbelievable amounts of time in doctor's offices and in hospitals and recovering. And in the pediatrician's office or in doctor's offices around the universe, they have that paper that is spread across the table. Well, how do you keep a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, or 3-year-old entertained at the doctor's office for hours on end? That was the situation that I was in when one of my kids was young, and we had to be at the doctor's office all the time. And one of the things that I would do with this young child is I would always go to the doctor's with him, and I'd have markers of some kind in my purse. And on the paper, I would doodle some of his favorite things. And it was amazing to keep his attention where I would have him draw a circle or an oval. And I would take that oval and I would turn it into his favorite character. At the time, his favorite character, see if you can guess it. His favorite character was Bob the Tomato from VeggieTales. So much so that when I was expecting baby number 3, he wanted us to name the baby Bob the Baby. And we had a bird, and he wanted to name the bird Bob the Bird. The truth is that showing him how to doodle when he was little inspired him to actually draw. And the reality is that all kids draw. If this child is 2 or above and you hand them a marker, they automatically are going to start naturally doodling something. If they're boys, it'll likely be a mess because boys draw verbs. If it's a girl, it'll likely be a noun of some kind, because girls draw nouns. Test it in your house and see if I'm wrong. So with artwork for a little girl, you might say things like, oh, that's beautiful. For a little boy, I would suggest you say things like, there's a lot happening in this picture. Tell me about it. And then listen to the story that unfolds. The reality is that all kids draw. They all do. You hand a 2-year-old a marker and they are naturally going to start scribbling or drawing a picture. What stops the bubbling of excitement for art is when at some point the child compares their artwork to somebody else's, or somebody looks at the scribble and say, oh, you scribbled all over your paper, when it deflates the child. So in order to take a 2-year-old who is mesmerized with all things marker, crayons, paint, and pencil, and to transform them into an artist, you want to meet them with open-ended questions, things like, wow, there's a lot going on in this picture. Can you tell me about it? And let them tell you the story. And then as they get bigger, you equip them with techniques. When I was in the 4th grade, I created, it was 4 foot long, 3 feet high. It was what's called a relief map. My dad taught me the skill of creating grids where I had a picture, making sure you can see, I had a picture of the United States. A picture of the United States. And my dad taught me how to take a grid and then take a big piece of board and make scale drawing, a scale grid. So for every inch here, this might have been 6 inches up here. And my dad taught me then, in order to transfer this image and enlarge it, all you do is copy this square right here. So see right here, there's nothing there. So this square would stay the same. Now I did this so well that my relief board, I ended up with a gorgeous map, and I'm just going to freehand it, a gorgeous map of the United States, where I then laid glue around it and string, and then I made this 3-dimensional map, and nobody at school believed that I did it because it was so good. Because my dad, somebody taught me the technique of expanding a drawing. This is not rocket science. When you look at this part on this square, all you need to do is transfer a line that looks like that. Once kids have those skills, it gives them confidence and it gives them the ability to move on. And so my suggestion, my hope is that I'm going to give you a sneak peek at something. Okay. The same child that I spent countless hours in the doctor's office drawing Bob the tomato and Larry the cucumber. Well, I guess he's got a smaller nose, but we would also give Larry super suction ears. Countless hours in the doctor's office. We started with shapes, and then we built, and he did gridding, and he did projections where you would take an image and you'd project it on the wall, and then he would copy the outline and make these fantastic pictures. Well, he grew up fully confident as an artist, fully confident, recognizing that he was artistic because he had been given a tool belt of skills that then he could apply to different mediums. And flashing forward, he does this level of artwork now. This is his first painting. Let that soak in for a second. That's his first painting. And he did that as a college student, as he was learning the techniques of how to do that sort of medium, built upon the foundation of understanding that once I know the basic skills, I can put my own personality and my own talent into it. So as you look at your kids and they are saying things like, I can't draw, I can't paint, I'm not an artist, what they're really telling you is, Mom, please give me a toolkit. Please teach me how to draw. We need to give our kids the tools so that they can explore different art mediums with confidence. Why? This is called a doodle. Doodling increases your ability to remember and learn 26%. Okay, I don't know about you, but we are raising kids that love to learn and love to explore new topics and ideas. And we want to give them a tool that will increase their ability to learn by 26%. Have you seen that on a pie graph? 26%, that's like a whole quarter of a catapult above their peers. So don't we want to teach our kids something that they can be proud of, not embarrassed as they're doodling, but at the same time that will increase their memory? Now I've talked a lot about doodling over the last couple weeks because I've fallen in love with doodling again. I've always been a doodler. You can tell that my artistic confidence was never squished by people that looked over my shoulder and were like, well, that's interesting. What'd you do there? But that's because people like my dad taught me techniques that boosted my confidence and increased my ability to create beautiful pieces of artwork. Now, this is my son's, but the things that I was reproducing were stunning compared to what other people were doing. Not because I was more talented, but because, like my son, I was given a toolkit that helped me grow. So we want to help our kids grow in confidence. We want to help them know that they have the ability to do great and wonderful things. We want them to remember the things that they're learning, right? We want them to be active learners. When you are listening, even to something like this, and you are taking the time to doodle as you listen, you are now engaging your body and your mind at the same time. So you're listening and you've got your body. That goes deeper into your memory. It goes deeper into how you learn, and you give your kids a leg up on learning. It's not so much important that they become diligent fact regurgitators. We want them to learn what they're learning and take it to heart and then take ownership to it, right? So doodling is one of those things that we can empower our kids. So here's the sales pitchy part. And I want you to understand why I think this is so important. I think it's very valuable to enable our kids to learn how to do this kind of thing. This makes a difference as they are taking notes. It made a difference for me when I was sitting in that doctor's office with my son when he was 2, full of energy, that I could doodle on paper and keep him entertained for hours on end. I don't know what your future holds. I don't know what your future grandbabies hold. I don't know what your future is for your kids, but if you're ever in a situation where you're trapped in a small space with a very energetic child, doodling is like a superpower. So I'm telling you, this is as much for you as it is for your kids. So I am an affiliate with Diane and her Doodle Institute. That means if you happen to enroll in any of her classes, she will pay me a little bit because I helped spread that news to you. And I think that that's important, that we all find extra ways to bring money in, especially today when everybody is so challenged because of COVID and all this stuff. But this Sunday, Diane launches the first foundational class that she does is called 21 Doodle Days. This starts Sunday. If you follow the link in the descriptions, right at the top of the page, there's an image that says 21 Doodle Days, join me. I'm going to be doing the class again with Diane. I didn't bring my notebook up. I am obsessed with totally filling my toolkit with doodles and things that I can use to reach you, homeschoolers, that would like to learn from somebody that survived 21 years of homeschooling like this. This is much more entertaining to listen to than just my voice. So I use it here. I use it with my own kids when I am teaching them a lesson. And it is totally disarming if you want to have a heart-to-heart talk with your child and you just put a piece of paper between you and disengage your eyes. Instead of staring at them, you stare at the piece of paper and you doodle as you talk about something hard. That's super empowering. And to have the image be recognizable is more fun. So 21 Doodle Days, that starts on Sunday. The foundational that teaches you that doodles, simple, easy to recognize images, are made up of lines and shapes. And so from there, hey. Okay, from there, lines and shapes, Diane teaches the basics on how you can do other things. Now, I personally went and absorbed everything that I could find that she did because I want to be able to be a visual educator, I want to be a visual communicator. I think it makes a huge difference in communicating my heart message to you, but I think it's a secret sauce for you to be able to spend time with your kids, to communicate in a way that your kids will think is fun, and also help them learn things at a higher retention rate. I don't know about you, but that is amazing. Amazing. And the last thing I'm going to say is that something that I didn't see when I started redoodling again, because I've spent a lot of time at night, I'll sit there and I'll doodle. Right now I'm learning these things like this one. It doesn't have that. See, I'm learning this one that has I'm learning fruits and vegetables. What I found is as I personally am sitting there and slowing down and doodling and coloring and drawing simple little images, that my heart rate slows down, life slows down, and the added benefit of just doodling on paper centers me and helps there be more peace around me. I'm a busy mom. I still have 4 kids at home. I have a full online business. I have full courses that I'm teaching, and my mind is always, always racing. And the added benefit of taking a pen to a piece of paper and making something beautiful, there's something magic about being able to just suddenly draw something that is beautiful or cute. I don't know. I think it's fantastic, and I think it's valuable for you and your kids. So here's my formal invitation. Come join me for 21 Doodle Days. I'm going to be in the class with Diane. When you sign up for the class, it's 20 something. I think it's $27 or something. Totally the best money that I've spent ever. When you do that, come join me at Our Lives as Homeschool Moms. I'll add that link. Inside there, we're going to be sharing the pictures that we doodle a couple through the week. So Diane will deliver a live. Her class is on Sundays. I think it's in the middle of the day on Sunday, the best time that works for everybody across the planet because she has people all around the world. She will do a live doodle on Sunday where she walks you through and teaches you and your kids something super easy to follow, and it is 100% instant mastery. It's phantasmagoric. Oh my gosh, it's so empowering. So you'll do that. And then inside Our Lives as Homeschool Moms, we'll be sharing, that's a closed group, but you're welcome and invited to come on and join inside. What we're going to be doing is sharing our pictures, and then it gives our kids a place to showcase their work. It gives you and I a place to showcase what we're learning. Doodle, draw, share, and come on the journey with me. Mama, this is empowering. I tell you, for me, I'm not understating that it has totally transformed everything that I'm doing with business, with homeschooling, with my own personal quiet time and life, and with my children. So come along with me, and I hope to see you on the inside. Bye.